radar. Yo, today I'm joined by one of my favorite TikTok producers. Producer overall, he's worked with Tyga, Jordan Lucas, Snoop Dogg, Tory Lanez. I'm just riffing, but my guy Kato On The Track is here with me. What's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Yo, man, I am doing great. It's a Friday. I'm so happy to have you here. I was telling you before this interview, I've seen you for months on TikTok. You have been running the game. You're definitely like one of the, I don't know how many other producers have been able to utilize TikTok the way that you have, but I feel like you've maximized it in a way that no other producers have yet.
Yeah, and it wasn't even really planned. Like, to be honest, I was hesitant to get on TikTok, probably for the same reasons that a lot of other like producers or music people, creative people, because I just saw it as like a place where people were doing these like silly dances, and that's not really my thing. Like, I don't really do that. I don't get on the gram and start dancing. But my business partner Benson, he was like, "Yo, Kato, you gotta start posting on TikTok." And he just kept pushing me to get on TikTok. And so one day I was like, you know what? I'll jump on TikTok. I'll start just like posting some of my beats. And it just kind of went crazy from there.
Yeah, like, okay, so because I've seen you being part of some beefs on TikTok. I mean, you know, TikTok beefs are TikTok beefs, but when you first started this, like, it started just posting the beats, creating the beats on TikTok, whatever, did you really expect it to kind of become this viral thing where now like you have like not even rappers, but like TikTokers going out of their way to buy like, you know, the little microphones, not like the AirPods, like the microphones so they could hold it up like this and like argue with each other on the app, but through rap.
Yeah, that was surprising, man. I started posting my beats and I saw that Sayla.
Sayla. I wasn't sure. Go ahead. You tell the story because this shit was crazy.
Yeah. No, Sayla, who I'm cool with. Like, shout out to Sayla. She's super dope. And Wanye, who also goes by Angry Reactions.
Right.
I guess they had a little bit of like tension, and they both chose to use my beat as like a diss track. So they started beefing, and that was kind of the beginning of things where like everyone, you know, kind of started paying attention to what I was doing on TikTok and started using my beats to just like freestyle and rap on.
Right. Like, I even saw this one girl, I think it was recently on your TikTok, because, you know, I did a little bit of scrolling earlier today. I saw this one girl, or maybe it was on your IG. She said that she actually like went out and bought the headphones just to do the thing, just to hop on the beat on TikTok. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I love that, man. And those headphones, you got to have, it makes such a huge difference. Like having those headphones with the little mic on it, it just sounds so much cleaner when you duet things. So shout out to her.
And you know what? Like, so since we're on the TikTok stuff, I have to tell you, I'm a little angry because on April Fool's Day, I was deceived. I think, do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with this? It was the Hallelujah, Paul Russell. He posted the video of him with the fake Drake DM, right? And like, it was like the first thing I saw in the morning. I was like, oh, this is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you know, you and him made this amazing record. And then Drake is hopping on it. And then I was like, wait a second. I think this dude's fucking with me. It's April 1st. And I feel like it was such a good April Fool's Day prank that even when I found the video again yesterday, people are still like, is this real? Like, people don't know. People didn't know. Obviously, he said it was an April Fool's Day prank, but people didn't know for a while if it was real or not.
Bro, he got me. Like, I saw the TikTok and I FaceTimed him. Like, I usually don't FaceTime people, but I FaceTimed him and I was like, yo. And as soon as he picked up the phone, he was like, it's April Fool's, bro. And I was like, damn, he got me. Like, his acting skills were up there.
Yeah, nah, the fake crying was everything, but I know you were like Drake's gonna hop on my record. Oh shit! Like, I know you were very bummed out when he told you that was a joke.
Bro, I was so hyped, like when I FaceTimed him, and then it just like sank as soon as he told me it was April Fool's.
I know you wanted to like grab him through the phone and be like, why would you do this? Like, especially because that's when the record was like really starting to grow and grow and grow too at the beginning of April.
Yeah. And I told Paul, I was like, yo, now I feel like we kind of have to like try to get Drake on this record because like we fooled the whole the whole TikTok and made everyone believe it. So yeah, nah, it was but the record is definitely running up on Spotify. So you know, it's been dope. It was my first time working with Paul. So he's a really, really dope, talented artist.
Right. And I mean, this record put me onto him, which is also why I loved it so much. And I think with the Drake stuff, I feel like y'all can make it happen. You know, Drake be low key on social media creeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he had to have seen that video. It had like millions of plays on Paul's page at this point.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Drake. Drake is definitely, he's got to be like in my top 5 artists to work with. It hasn't happened yet, but you know, I think it'll happen.
Well, since you brought that up, so who are the other 4? Like, if you could think right now, who are the other 4 that you haven't worked with that are like that you're like dying to work with?
Man, it's a long list. It's a long list. I really like what Coi Leray is doing right now.
Yes, my sis.
A lot of female artists, man, are killing the game right now. So I love what Coi is doing. I really like Lizzo. I want to get Lizzo on a record. Who else? I've always wanted to get Ski Mask Slump God on a record. I think we would make some crazy shit.
I love him. He does not get the recognition he deserves at all.
He doesn't, man.
Should.
But he's so dope. Like he's definitely one of those very unique artists. And so I feel like our sound together would just be crazy. Who else? There's a couple more, you know, but like I'm open to working with. I have a lot of people on my list that I want to work with for sure. We'll just put it like that.
Well, you know what? You also are going to cross, well, if you didn't already, but you also are going to cross off a bunch of names, because I saw that you posted that you got something with the Mount Westmore project. So, and you know, I first heard about this project through Guap Dad, through a Too Short story about him and Too Short at a chicken spot. Don't ask about the story. It's weird. But I heard about this project, and when it got announced, I was so excited to see you posting about it. I gotta ask. So, what's your role in the Mount Westmore project, and I guess how many records are you kind of working on with that?
I guess I can talk about it since they announced the project. I got a couple records on there, but I got to shout out E40. E40 reached out to me months ago, and he was like, "Yo, I really like what you're doing. I'm working on this project with Snoop, with Ice Cube, and Too Short. Send me some beats." So I just started sending him, you know, when E40 reaches out to you, man, and you gotta send the heat, you know? So I sent him multiple packs. And so we ended up having a couple records on the project that I'm really, really excited about. I mean, to have that kind of lineup, like, and he told me a little bit about who else is on the album production wise. And these are all like legendary producers that I look up to. So for me to be a part of that project is it's insane, bro.
I really be so jealous of y'all on the West Coast, because I kind of love how everybody on the West Coast has like this like unified mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like hearing the story from you, the stories from like Guap Dad. Who else have I spoken to? Simba, Raven Justice, all these guys who have had who are young and who have worked with like E40 and Too Short and had when they did their collab project after the verses. Like I think it's so dope how it's really like a collaborative effort, like with a lot of things that y'all do over there. Like that's very dope to me.
Yeah, actually, the crazy part is that I'm in Atlanta, and so for me to be a part of like
I thought you were on the West Coast. Oh man,
I know, I'm wearing my LA hat.
Yeah, you gave me the West Coast vibes. My bad.
Nah, but I'm in Atlanta. But it's the same in Atlanta, really. Like everyone, like, you know, can I curse?
Yes.
Everyone fucks with each other in Atlanta. So it's like, it's dope to be in a city where there's a lot of creative, collaborative energy.
No, and you know what? I wish I'm fighting for the day that New York is, when we could all put our bullshit aside in New York and all kind of love each other the way Atlanta and like LA and the Bay love each other.
I feel like it's getting there, bro. It's slowly getting there. Like, I feel like New York is is making a comeback. I feel like they've already started to make a comeback, but like, you know, artists like Fabio is like,
Yep.
you know, there's a lot of New York artists that I really, really like right now.
No, so okay, so let me get into that. I don't know. Have you ever made a drill beat? Have you done that yet or no?
Drill isn't
I gotta
something that I've
ask.
really gotten. Yeah, I like, as far as making beats, I love the sound, you know, like that whole sound, that whole wave is crazy, but I haven't really gotten into making those type of beats yet.
Got you. Got it. I had to ask. Okay, so if you had to make a drill beat, right? I don't know how in tune you are with some of like the newer drill guys, but if you had to, who would you want to be on if you had a drill beat on your album that's coming out, who would you want to put on it?
Hmm. I would that's a good question. I would definitely put Fabio on it.
Okay.
And then, you know what I think would be dope is if like a New York drill artist collaborated with like a UK drill artist on like one track.
Yeah. That hasn't been done since I think Pop Smoke did a remix to Welcome to the Party back in 2019. I think it was with Skepta, if I'm not mistaken. But that was like the last time that I really remember them doing anything like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I think that would be insane.
That would be very dope. So, you know, since I'm mentioning your album, you know what I'm saying? Overnight Success Story is the title for it. It's on the way. I saw you post on IG like a picture of yourself in an apartment 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Was it?
Yeah, seven years ago.
For some reason, I thought 10 years ago, but it was a while ago. And the project is called Overnight Success Story. And in the post, you talk about how, you know, there's like being no such thing as like an overnight success story, correct? So explain to me the concept of it and what you are trying to convey with this album and the title and all that.
So I'm trying to tell a story, bro, because I feel like there's a lot of people that just recently kind of caught on to Kato on the Track. Maybe it's the TikTok, or maybe it's the So Pretty record, or, you know, the kind of viral moments that I had. And I don't want to call anyone out, but we've taken a lot of like phone calls and Zoom meetings ever since those viral moments happened. And people get on these calls and they're like, yo, Kato, so how does it feel to, you know, like just be in the game and have this moment? And they didn't really know anything about my history. Like, I can tell you, like, you're dope, you know what I mean? Because you've clearly done your research. But like, we've gotten on so many of these calls and they're just like talking to me like I just got in the game. And so I felt like I had to tell the story somehow of like my history and what I've done. And so that's why on social media, I've kind of started to post a lot more, like just kind of storytelling stuff, some quick like throwback joints, and just let people know that, you know, I've been here, but I have a lot more that I want to do and accomplish.
I feel that. And you know what? I like those pictures because I'm one of those people where I'm like, shit don't happen overnight for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes the years of building to really create a brand, to really create something special, something that lasts. So when I see pictures like that, I always appreciate that because I like seeing the hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, oh, boom, instantaneously. Look, Kato, you know what I'm saying? You've been doing this for a while. You've been working, you've been grinding, you've been through the ups and downs. And I think that's what probably, you know, that is what makes the project special. Is that now you're here, you're in this point where you can do a full album like this and in the way that you want to, and probably have access to more people and other things than you did before or 7 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's been a while since I've put together a body of work like this. And I'm super, super excited about the music too, man. I feel like it's some of the best music that I've ever made in my career. And so for it to happen right now, it's going to be special, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. And you know, you mentioned obviously the So Pretty record. So for the longest time, bro, I thought she was saying So Petty. I was like, oh shit, I'm so petty and he liked that. I was like, that's funny. I get it because she's toxic. You see, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was.
You had it figured out.
I thought I had it figured out, and then like my world got shattered a few weeks ago when I realized you saying I'm so pretty and he likes that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because I'm a toxic New Yorker. I don't know. Maybe I just automatically think negatively, but I thought that was it. But tell me the story of this record, because I think it's so amazing how you were able to do the stuff that you do for fun on TikTok and go viral, but then also have this very dope viral moment with this artist and 10 million streams and Tyga on the remix and all that. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's definitely been crazy. How it started really is like I just started posting my beats on TikTok. And I started noticing, so I posted that beat, the So Pretty beat, back in, I want to say November of last year. And it took about a month for me to really start seeing the traction building with her duet, with Reyanna's duet in particular. And it was literally just her sitting in her room. She lives in Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, wow.
So she's all the way across the other side of the globe.
Yeah.
But she was just literally sitting in her bedroom and did like a quick 20-second freestyle. And it just started to go crazy on TikTok. And people started doing that trend, you know, tapping their
I saw Bella Porsche and all them. They all did it.
Yeah, Bella was actually one of the first that I saw, one of the first influencers that I saw on the app that did that trend. I don't know who started it, but it became a thing. And yeah, so the funny story is actually kind of around the time that it started to go viral, I had reached out to Tyga first. And I was like, yo, bro, I feel like you would kill this beat. And I sent it to him, and he literally, like, within a day or two, he sent me back a demo of a different record that he did over that same beat.
Okay.
And then So Pretty started to go viral on TikTok. And so I reached back out to him, and I was like, yo, how do you feel about jumping on this song instead? And so he was like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's do it. And so he knocked it out. Yeah, and the rest is history, man.
If there's one thing Tyga's gonna do, he's gonna make sure he catches the moment. He's really good at making sure he's in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I always respect about him. Like, he know when he sees the good stuff and he sees the talent and he sees like, oh yeah, this is so dope. He's like, he's with it.
Yeah, Tyga actually, you know what's funny is before I reached out to him, he texted me one night, and he was like, he sent me that video, or he sent me just the audio on TikTok, and he was like, yo, who's this girl rapping on this? And I was like, I wasn't sure if like he wasn't cool with it at first, because I had sent the beat to him first and we had a record on that. And so I was like, oh, it's some chick on TikTok, she did a duet and it's kind of going viral. But then it really, really started to go up on TikTok, and you know, that's when I reached back out to him. But yeah, he's a smart man. Like, Tyga's a businessman for sure. So he knows how to see those like trends and those waves and take advantage, which I respect.
No, that's a fact. And I saw you break down the So Pretty beat on was it a Genius video or was that just on your Instagram?
It was just on my Instagram.
Sorry, because like I see the Genius breakdowns and I'm like, and I for some reason I equated that to that, but I thought it was so cool because you're like, this is like one of the simplest beats I ever made. And I was like, and
literally,
go ahead.
I think it might be the simplest beat that I've ever made in my career.
That's like that, and for that to do, it's so crazy because like it's always a thing you don't expect.
Yeah,
like
that's always how it happens, bro.
I'm sure like when you made that, you're like, oh, this is fun. I'm a fuck around with it. I'm gonna put it on TikTok. We're gonna see what's up with it. And then like a few days later, you're like, oh shit, I got to do something with this now.
Yep. No, it definitely ran all the way up. Yeah, it was a super simple beat. I think I had like maybe like 4 or 5 sounds all together in the whole beat, and that was it.
Man, I love that. So, you know, we're talking about making beats and whatnot. You did this the Red Bull mystery pack. This is dope. Tell me about your experience with it, kind of working with Red Bull and all of that.
It was amazing. I loved working with Red Bull. I was a little intimidated at first. I won't lie, because I flew out to LA. This was kind of the middle of the pandemic. But I really, really wanted to work with Red Bull on this. And so, you know, we made it happen. But I remember walking up, like I thought it was just going to be some little studio that we were recording in. And it ended up being this entire like soundstage warehouse. It must have been like 15,000 square feet. And there was like a crew of 20, 30 people there. But they were super good at like, you know, it was COVID compliant. They had their compliance officer there do the COVID test as soon as I got on set. And we ended up filming for like an hour, 2 hours. So yeah, it was super dope.
You walked in there, you're like, fuck, I have an audience.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
But like, you know what? That's kind of cool because it's like, you know, you do the thing on TikTok. It's like like a similar, to some extent, it's a similar situation.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I've been in the game for a minute now, so it's like, you know, once I got in the zone and started doing my thing and working on the beat, it was nothing.
Right. And you know what? So like something I like to do here on this show, you know, I've sat down with a lot of really dope producers. I made it a point to make sure that we highlight really dope producers. You know, most of them have been from New York, but then I occasionally have the chance to really get to sit down with people like yourself who aren't from New York. And so something that I like to have the producers do on my show is like, you know, when it comes to like newer producers in the game, or even, you know, someone who might be in the position that you were in 7 years ago, what are some of like the best pieces of advice that you would give to those producers who are trying to get to this point?
I think one piece of advice I'd give is get comfortable with being uncomfortable in kind of every way, both creatively. You know, I know a lot of producers are like introverts like I am. I'm a super introvert, bro. Like there's nothing more that I'd rather be doing than just being at home by myself making music. But if I were to do that for like my, you know, career, it probably wouldn't have worked out. You know, you got to get out, you got to get uncomfortable with like meeting new people and putting yourself in situations where you have an opportunity to network and meet people. Like, because at the end of the day, as much as it is about the music, it's really about the people, right? So I would tell new producers, like, get out, be uncomfortable, like do things that you typically wouldn't do. But also creatively, like continue pushing your sound and continue experimenting and trying new things. I think we have a tendency to kind of lean into whatever is hot or whatever's trending, whatever sound is popular at the time. But the producers that really stick out in my mind are the ones that have pioneered and innovated. And so I always try to keep that in mind. And that kind of stops me from getting stale with my sound. And, you know, so I always tell new producers, like, challenge yourself to do something different.
And you know, I have a friend in New York. His name is he's a producer too. His name is Jams, right? And when I interviewed him, I've interviewed him like twice. When I went to his studio and we talked about it, he expressed to me, I forgot what the exact number is, but he says he doesn't let himself leave the studio until he makes like, I don't know, like 20 beats, or, you know, it was some crazy number, because he's like the type of person who will literally just like sleep in the chair. For you, how many beats do you make a day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know, for new producers also, this could be a thing for them. How many beats do you make a day? And like, you know, what do you recommend for, I guess, new producers to kind of work on, get that muscle memory, you know, just kind of getting comfortable with it?
I used to make at least one beat every single day. Okay. And that's like before I was full-time with the music, I still had a day job. So, you know, when I came home from work, I would make sure that I, you know, locked in the studio and made at least one beat a day. I did that for a good couple years. And I think that process really helped me like get better at my craft just through repetition. These days, it'll really vary. Like some days I'll be locked in and knock out 2, 3, or 4 beats. And then other days I won't make any beats because I'm like working on other stuff, or I'm traveling or doing other things. So it really depends.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you know, look, however many beats you can make a day, like I feel like as long as you get something done a day, I feel like that's what matters.
Yeah, repetition is definitely key. I mean, that's with anything, like whether you play sports or you're in the gym trying to lose weight or do whatever, like repetition is the key to getting better at anything.
No, 1,000%. So what else is next for you? So obviously overnight success story on the way. No official date yet, but it's coming. The Mount Westmore stuff, all that. What else do you have in the stash that's on the way, or that people got to be on the lookout for from you?
You know, honestly, bro, one thing that I really want to do, because I've been so active on social media, is, and this kind of ties into my album, but I really want to allow people on Instagram to, I guess, duet, or on Instagram it's called remix.
Remix, yeah.
I really want to give people on Instagram a chance to be featured on my album. And so I want to like just put up maybe a couple beats from my album and let people on Instagram just kind of remix it.
That's dope.
And see if I can find some dope features and, you know, whoever's next up.
That's awesome. I mean, that's just a great way for you to give back to people. I fuck with that.
Yeah, and I mean, look what happened with So Pretty. Like,
no, yeah.
If I wouldn't have put my beats out there on TikTok, like that record wouldn't have never happened. The Tyga thing might have never happened. And so I feel like only good can come out of that.
Do you have any other records with anybody else on the way that have been announced or that we know about that we could talk about, say that's coming up, or everything's kind of, I know with producers it could be a little wacky because you got mad records that are probably pending to come out and shit like that. But I figured I might as well ask before we sign off here.
Honestly, I've been saving a lot of it for the album. So once we get closer to the album release, like we'll start dropping some singles and start teasing some songs. But I got a lot of really, really incredible features on the album.
Man, well, this is all very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to the album. I'm thankful that you took the time out of your day to come chop it up with me, even though I thought you were in California. I don't know why. I was like, oh, he's probably like, it's 2 p.m. there. He's probably chilling, but you're in Atlanta. But thank you again for being here with me. Before we sign off, let the people know where they could follow you at. Anything else they got to know? Now's the time to go ahead and drop that in there.
Just at Kato Producer, Kato Producer on all social media. Check me out on TikTok, Instagram. I'm everywhere. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, yo, make sure y'all go follow him on TikTok, man, because it's so, like, his TikTok is so dope. Like, if y'all aren't tuned in now, make sure you go follow him. Go run up Hallelujah out now. So Pretty out now. New album on the way. And until next time, Kato on the track, on the radar, baby.
My man.